Welcome back to another Pokemon What If Wednesday, where every single Wednesday morning I post a video going through last week's investing and collecting questions, where your guys' questions will actually be featured in the video, and one person's question will be on the thumbnail every single week. So please drop your questions down below for a chance to be in next week's video. And if I did comment you say great question, I might use this and I didn't, please drop that question again and please put repeat question and it'll get moved to the top. And feel free to ask whatever questions you want. Never feel dumb to ask anything. It can be anything about collectibles, Pokemon, even for myself, it does not matter. And I'm not saying I'm some guru who just knows everything, but when I'm unsure, I always like to talk it out with a few people. It always helps me make my final decision. And we do got to give thanks to our video sponsor today. This is a brand new sponsor and a brand new app. So if you guys could do me a massive favor and please go give this a download. It is 100% for free with no ads. The app is called Shiny. You can find it in your Play Store. Just got to type in Shiny TCG, or you can use my links in the description. If you guys are interested in keeping track of your current collection or your current investments, this is the perfect app for you. Yes, I know there are other apps that can do this, but these guys really pride themselves in having the most cards and collectibles. Especially when it comes to Japanese, they got everybody beat. And they also have Magic the Gathering, Disney Lorcana, Pokemon, One Piece. And it's so easy to just add stuff to your collection. You can have multiple different collections. It's honestly a great time and very easy to use. So please let me know what you think, and the links are in the description. All right, let's get to the video. First question is from @SterlingVon1971. If you could invest in any of the original 4 Wizards of the Coast booster boxes, base set, first edition Jungle, first edition Team Rocket, first edition Fossil, which one would you buy? Well, I would buy the first edition Team Rocket box. I've always been obsessed with this box because it's just black. Like, I love it. It's beautiful. I've always wanted one. It's on my list. Hopefully one day I will have one in perfect condition. Super good question though. I love all of those sets. And then especially with the Team Rocket set coming out, it's even better. But even if that wasn't coming out, I still would have said Team Rocket because I'm obsessed with this box. All right, next is from @AceManHighBeard. I watch your channel almost daily and appreciate what you do. I really appreciate that. This is a repeat question, but I have 4K to spend on some close to vintage sealed booster boxes like black and white. Is Dragon Exalted a good investment? Obviously 4.5K PSA 10 Rayquaza, thank you. Well, I honestly am not the biggest fan of Dragons Exalted. My favorite black and white set would probably have to be Plasma Storm, but I think that is like a $7,000 or $8,000 booster box the last time I checked. Honestly, a solid set, but a lot of these black and white sets don't really have a ton of cards in them. So I'm not really sure how much more value this box is going to get. I mean, it's already pretty expensive. It'd probably be a little smarter to maybe like invest that 4K and I don't know, stuff at the bottom, like I always say, or even maybe Evolving Skies. Like I could see Evolving Skies being a $2,000 booster box. So it's super tough to say. Like I said, I don't know if you'll make a ton of money. I don't think you'll really lose money on buying any of these boxes, but yeah, I don't know. It's so tough. The amount of people that really collect these is pretty small when you really think about it. So yeah, sorry it couldn't be any more help. Next is from @Classy. I'm from the UK and currently we have Fusion Strike in stock for €143. Do you think people from the UK should stack up on these? Yeah, I always check the Pokemon Center UK site. And yeah, they got Fusion Strike. What else have they got? Brilliant Stars is still in stock. Astral Radiance, Paldea Evolved. But yeah, I think it would definitely be smart. Always just grab what goes out first for the Pokemon Center in the US. And Fusion Strike would definitely be a smart buy in my opinion. It's funny though that the Sword and Shield boxes are the same price as the Scarlet and Violet boxes because that's not how it is for the US. It's actually a huge price difference. So that's kind of funny to see. I actually never really noticed that. All right, next is from @HunterPhillips88. Do you think the AI grading company AGS will ever catch on and be a grading company that holds a lot of value for cards? I have AGS 10s that were perfect, and that means they were actually perfect, not some guy saying it's perfect. They show you the scan of the card and tell you exactly what is wrong and right with each grade the AI gives you. Now, I'm not sure about like specific companies, being the best. Honestly, I could see PSA and CGC and everybody just start doing AI grading. But if you're getting cards way cheaper than say a PSA card and it's perfect, it's a smart pickup in my opinion. Like right here, an AGS Charizard EX from Paldea and Fates in a 10 sold for $167 with $5 in shipping on July 20th of 2024. There's just not a ton of sales for these. And then here we go. We got the Charizard EX from Paldea and Fates in a PSA 10 sold for $260. And odds are that AGS is probably nicer. So I think it's totally fine to stock up on some of these, AI graded company cards while they're cheap, because you could always crack them. And then, if you know it's mint, you could go to Beckett and try to get the black label. You got a lot of options. So I think it's totally fine. Like I would have bought that AGS probably at 150 or whatever it was. So yeah, good question. Next is from @MP What do you think about buying the red and blue collection boxes, the Pikachu, Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise? Are they going to continue to go up in price, and should I buy them when I can? Personally, I think they're extremely nice, and the promos are definitely one of the best. I am also obsessed with these boxes. I think they are some of the best boxes we've ever gotten. I think they're beautiful looking. I think they're some of the best ones for display. Wish I had a few more packs, but still, we will check. Looks like the Pikachu one is the most expensive. But yeah, you're getting an awesome figure. No joke. Some of the best promo cards we've ever gotten. I'm not exaggerating. These are probably literally the best or maybe second best behind the Sword and Shield alternate art promos. But yeah, I'm obsessed with these things here. Let's take a little peek and see. They were $269 up to $399. That sold $346. But again, on TCG Play, you're not going to get a ton of sales. $319. Honestly, I could see them being $500 boxes, maybe even like $600 boxes. But I don't know when. It's going to take a long time. I really do think these boxes are very, very special though. So I am also looking for these. I always look for these at card shows. If I can find some that are in actually really, really good condition, because you'll be shocked. It's hard to find these in good condition. I'm going to try to do a good bundle deal and maybe get them all, because I would love these for display. But like I said, investment wise, not a ton of these boxes are $1,000 plus. So a lot of these boxes have a cap because you're only getting 4 packs. But at least with this, you're getting some of the best promos ever and an awesome figure. So, super cool boxes. Next is from @NotSappy. What do you think of the Jolteon, Vaporeon, Flareon, VMAX Premium Collection boxes? I bought a set of 3 for $370 about a month ago. Would love to crack them, but I think they will go up in value. Wanted to grab another set at a recent card show, and a guy was selling the set for $300. Did not have enough because I spent on other products, hoping to get another set and that I will be able to sell one and crack the other and break even on it. Would love your thoughts and to hear what you would do. Love the content and knowledge you provide. I would honestly probably just buy the singles. I mean, for the price of all these singles, it'd be a little more than a box, maybe. So yeah, just go singles. You don't need to open it. You might get 10s, but odds are you might not. So it's 50-50. You're probably going to end up wasting money if you sit and crack them open. Yes, it's fun, but remember, that fun lasts like 5 minutes at most. And then you got the cards after that, which, Sword and Shield pull rates aren't the best either. So you're probably not going to get hits from that. It's got to be realistic. Just buy singles. Next is from @JoeyReza2251. Is now a good time to buy alt-art tag teams as a collector, or is there a possibility of another crash decrease? So I still do need a few tag teams. I am waiting myself. I need the Gengar and Mimikyu. Now I had all these technically, but quite a few of them were lightly played, so I am replacing them all. But this was $334, got down to $259, and right now it's $306. So I'm going to wait for these new Team Rocket sets and everything like that, these crazy sets coming out. I really feel like a lot of cards are going to drop during that time. And same with the Gardevoir and Sylveon right here. Same exact looking graph, got down to 175, is now at 208. So yeah, I'm definitely going to wait a little bit. Next is from @JoeyMate. Hey, Pokebeard, last video I asked about the Burning Shadows Rainbow Charizard. You think it's a good buy for long-term hold in a PSA 10? It's so tough to say when you're talking cards like that. Now, this card is special because this is the first Rainbow Charizard. But again, half the people don't like rainbows. So, I don't know, it's 50-50. 10 sold on June 16th for $2,590, your best offer. It's $3,000 before that. We got some Beckett 9.5s for $1,800. This is likely a PSA 10. But yeah, I don't know. It's so tough to say. It really, really is. Could this be a $5,000 card one day? It's possible, but I don't know. With all the Charizard hate right now, and it kind of seems like it's not going to go away anytime soon, I don't know if you'll make a ton of money on this card. But again, I'm very, very cheap when it comes to stuff like this, especially with kind of a more modern card. But my mind goes right to vintage when I got that much money to spend. But I know a ton of people do not think like that. But for real, this is a toss-up. I am not sure if it will keep gaining value or not. Odds are it will probably gain a little bit more value, but just not sure how much. Next is from at way too good plush 655. Do you think the Celebi V alt art from Fusion Strike is worth holding on to? I love that card. I think it's one of the best cards in Sword and Shield. I do think it is worth holding on to. It got all the way up to $47, and right now it's at $29. But the art is beautiful, and for $30, you really can't get a better card for that, like art-wise, so you might as well just hold on to it. Next is from at Wreck-It Roush. What are your thoughts on the Giovanni's Charisma SR from 151? It's one of my favorite cards in the set, and I feel like it is highly undervalued and underappreciated at only $10 to $13. It is cheaper than many of the ultra rares and IRs. Great question. I'm not really a big trainer guy, and I love this card, especially with the Team Rocket set coming out. And then if you really look at it, I feel like this card goes with the new Persian card. I feel like they're almost in the same room. Like he's on the other side looking out the window now. But with Team Rocket, and we got the Giovanni's Charisma and the Persian. The Persian's pretty expensive. I mean, you know, about a $30 card. So I think it is extremely undervalued myself. The high was $16.88 a year ago. Right now it's $11.24. But super cool. I feel like a lot of people don't notice the Master Ball in the background either. And then all of his Pokeballs that he's got in the trophy case, which is just super cool. Big fan of that card. Next is from at Darkrest Dungeon. If you could go back and collect any set, which set would it be and why? Well, it would be the Legendary Collections. I had many opportunities to open these up, and I decided not to. And I wish I would have, because you get a reverse holo every pack, and you're going to end up with a ton of doubles. And I would love to have a full binder of doubles of these. I don't know why, but I just love my doubles binders. I love flipping through them. But just to see these beautiful cards and how expensive they are now, and nobody wanted Legendary Collection when it came out. Like, nobody cared. It's basically just a reprint of all the other sets we got before. So I get at the time why a lot of people didn't care. I mean, we just got these cards. So yeah, this would be the set. Super, super cool set. If I had to choose a second, probably Skyridge, to be honest. All right, next is from a member at Malcolm Higgins 7005. Hey dude, hope you're having a great day. What kind of pets do you have? I'm a cat guy, but my wife is allergic. We have 2 adorable puppies. Super good question. I have 3 dogs. A rough-haired collie, so like the big dog that looks like Lassie. Great dog. But honestly, I don't recommend getting one. The hairs are ridiculous. We break Dysons like nothing. Like no vacuum can handle this dog's hair. Then we have a mini Australian Shepherd. She's adorable. She's our first dog. And then we have a crazy dog named Havoc. He just had 2 major surgeries in 1 year. It's about 10 grand. He's a rescue. He's missing like half his skull. Best dog ever, but he's insane. My dog's names are actually Storm, Gambit, and Havoc, which are all X-Men characters. And my favorite animals are actually cats, but both of my cats just recently passed away that I've had for almost 15 years. So I'm going to wait a little bit, let the baby get settled, and we'll get 1 more cat. And if it were up to my wife, we'd have 100 animals. She wants horses, cows, skunks. She wants everything. All right, next is from at Ian Ruparajo 9414. I butchered that. How do you think Crown Zenith ETB will perform in the future? I think it will do solid. It's going to take a while. You know, they reprinted it a ton. But as long as they don't keep reprinting it for the next 2 to 3 years like they did for Hidden Fates, I think it will be the most open set in the future, especially when it does get expensive. People are going to want to do it for videos and stuff just because, you know, the pull rates are solid. So I really, really feel like people are going to want this box in the future. All right, next is from at Lava Dude. If you see a PSA 10 but the card looks like it luckily got a 10 and is probably an actual 9, would you still buy it since it's a 10? In my instance, the card is currently appreciating and the offer is below comps by 10%, $600 market and $535 seller offer. Now, the only way I'd really do that maybe is if I was just going to go flip it right away to somebody who didn't care. But even then, I probably just wouldn't. I always try to get the best 10s possible. But I mean, if it's for your personal collection and you really don't care, go for it. You know, you're getting kind of a good deal. But again, I strongly suggest everybody gets the nicest possible 10s. Just in case in the future you got to cross grade or do anything else, you know you got very, very nice cards in there. Nothing worse than having a 10 when you know deep down it's not a 10. All right, next is from @BRADPT. Since becoming a larger creator in this space, have you found any pushback from other creators saying that you're doing it wrong? Cheers, mate. No, everybody's been super, super nice. And everybody's been super helpful. I mean, even at Card Party, like Pokevault, Pokerev, Cool Trainer Ryan, Opossum Bud, everybody was super nice. There are a few creators who I'm not the biggest fans of that I can just tell aren't very nice. They don't comment back to anybody. Even if they only get like 30 comments in a video, they won't comment back at all. And you can tell they copy a lot of other people's videos and stuff like that. But otherwise, my main goal is just not to end up on an Opossum Bud video when it comes to other creators. And then a lot of other creators have asked me to do live streams. Just been super busy with family stuff and kids everywhere. So I will eventually do them. It's just going to be a little bit before I do it. But yeah, otherwise, everybody's been super, super great. You know, I haven't even really gotten too much hate or anything in the comments, or it's literally been probably like 6-7 people that were like actual trolls. But otherwise, everybody's been so nice and extremely supportive. I seriously have the best fans in the world. And that's why I always try to comment back to every single person. I always feel like it's the least I can do. But all right, next question is from @CadenBunker4353. I'm looking to get into buying sealed Japanese products, specifically V-Star Universe and 151. Would you invest in one over the other? Yes, 151, because it's Gen 1 and you got Master Balls. But I also love V-Star Universe. So I'd probably do like 90% 151, 10% V-Star Universe. Next is from @KyleSolona1578. What Pokemon do you wish would get a specialty printing? Alt Art, SIR. I personally would love an Ampharis and or the Gen 2 starters or Flygon. Well, I'm a Gen 2 guy myself, so I would love the starters, and Flygon is seriously one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. Thank God they did a Dragonair illustration rare for 151, even though I felt like it could have been a little better, but I still love it. And then we got the awesome Suicune Insult. So they've honestly been giving me my favorite Pokemon, which is just super, super cool. So if I had to choose, there's a couple. I really, really want a Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee card that kind of go together somehow. I would love that. And then otherwise, the number one would probably have to be Kyogre. Now, Rayquaza's cool, Groudon's cool, but Kyogre is cooler. I don't care what anybody says. I love Kyogre. I'm obsessed. So that would be the number one card that I'd want. But I almost want it in an illustration rare now because we got such a good one for Groudon and they'd go good together. But again, I would love a special illustration rare too. So super good question. All right, next question is from @Pokemon Champion Red 54. Hey Beard, love the content. I just picked up the Magikarp in Japanese in a Gem Mint 10 CGC for a great deal. Should I keep the 10? Or try and send to PSA? The prices now are the same, but will PSA be better in the long run? No need. If you don't plan on selling it, there's no need to go cross-grade or anything like that. Don't worry about that until you are ready to sell. And if the price difference is the same, you know, then do whatever. But yeah, no rush at all. Next is from @JustinJohnson7538. Love the content. Repeat question. Which cards do you consider worth grading for future holders or for immediate sell? Do you look for a certain value gain? So I have a problem. I don't really like to sell my stuff. So I just kind of keep everything. But I mean, if you could buy a card for, let's say, $15, get it graded for $10, $15, and it's now worth $130, you know, and you just made $100, that's when I would be okay with selling stuff like that. But like I said, I just keep everything. Next is from @JasonPerez9884. Hey, Pokebeard, recently came across Paradox Rift, Iron Valiant, Pokemon Center ETB, and a Roaring Moon one. Should I open them or hold on to them? Love the videos. Just hold on to them. Especially the Pokemon Center ones. Pretty nice. Yes, they do have the stamp promo, which you always have the option to open that in the future if that promo goes crazy. But there's not a ton of value right now in Paradox Rift. Yeah, you got the Roaring Moon and stuff like that, which will cover the box, but that's pulling the best card in the set. So you might as well just keep her sealed. If you really, really want the cards in the set, buy the singles. Next question is from @TommyH4226. I've only done one PSA submission so far and was wondering if you think there's any downside to submitting 5+ of the same card in a row to PSA. Do you think that fringe 10s will have a higher chance of getting a 9 if they are being compared to one another back-to-back, spread out in the same submissions, or that isn't something to worry about? I've done it many times and I didn't notice anything bad. I sent in, what was it? It's been a while since I've sent in graded cards, but it was some trainer gallery cards. Man, what card was it? Oh, it was the Absol. I sent in like 9 Absols. Everyone got a 10. Yes, I was very picky. So, I mean, maybe look at your cards. If you're worried about one of the cards not getting a 10, just don't send it in, but I wouldn't worry too much. Next is from @Broden116. Do you see any long-term value in collecting all the full art Terra Pokemon from Scarlet and Violet era? Like they might down the road be what Gold Star and Crystal and Delta species were. Absolutely love your content. Watch it every day it comes out. Keep up the amazing work. I don't know if they'll be quite those levels. I could see a small little cult following wanting them in the future, and they do a little bit better than what people think. But I don't think they're going to be super crazy at all. I really don't. There are so many people that do not like the crowns. So next is from @VivaLajuri166. Sorry if I butchered that. Hey man, love your videos. By the way, repeat question. At what price do you see Evolving Skies Alt Art in 3 to 6 years? So tough to say, but I'd probably say all the top Evolving Skies ones could possibly be over $500. But you got to think, I mean, look at the Sun and Moon tag team cards. I mean, those sets are pretty old compared to Evolving Skies, and they just keep going up and down, up and down. I feel like a lot of English Pokemon cards kind of have a cap to them on like how expensive they can really be. It's not like a booster box that just keeps gaining value automatically. So it's tough to say, but maybe all the big ones, like I said, over $500. And then the Umbreon and Rayquaza, you know, in 10s could possibly be a few grand. I know for like the Beckett Black labels, those are probably just going to keep going crazier and crazier and stuff like that, but so tough to say. Last question is from @ThePokemon. What did you think of Deadpool and Wolverine? So if you guys didn't know, I'm a massive superhero fan. I literally have a life-size statue of Spider-Man right behind me. I have tons of comics, statues, everything. Seen every Marvel movie in theaters, DC, all of it. So I thought the movie was excellent. I do gotta say the villain and like the actual storyline itself wasn't the best. I did like it a lot more than Deadpool 2. You know, it's a lot more memorable. The fight scenes were awesome. I love the fight scenes. That's why I love superhero movies. My favorite sport is fighting. I watch UFC every weekend. I'm obsessed with that also. So yeah, I'm always there for the fight scenes. It was perfect. And I love what it's going to do for the Marvel Universe. Now, I know a ton of people, you know, hate the MCU right now. They just act like they can't make a good movie. Now, I disagree with that. All they did was they just made too many movies. They just, you know, they did too much. You know, you get rid of like She-Hulk, Thor Love and Thunder, you know, a few of the bad ones, put that time and money into all the other ones and do a little bit more connecting, and phase 4 would have been excellent. It would have been the most diverse phase out of all of them. But yeah, they just did too much. So I do have faith that the MCU will bounce back. The next Captain America movie looks awesome with Red Hulk. But I could also talk superheroes all day. I've actually wanted to start a superhero channel, but I don't think I got time to do 2 channels like this. But yeah, that was today's Pokemon What If Wednesday. If you guys have any questions, like I said before, please drop them down below for a chance to be in next week's video. If you guys could do me a massive favor and hop over to my Instagram and please give me a follow there. And please download that shiny app. I promise you will not be disappointed. And if you want to watch my last Pokemon Market Monday, where I'm actually going to be covering a little bit of news now on my Market Monday and Falling Friday in the beginning, when we do get big Pokemon news, I'm going to throw that in there. Click this video. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.